Let's go, man. What's happening? My bar, Mr. Farm. What's happening? You don't know already, it's your boy, bar, Mr. Blood. We're back in the ends with Dude Blood. The man who I want to call Mr. Controversy, but doesn't like the title, so we just call him by his name, Blood. Tom MacDonald. White Boy. Interesting. I will admit I was a bit apprehensive with the track title and knowing the artists combined. I was like, Then I was also advised by you guys that there's a pre-shoot video. Hunted down, got it set here, Blood. We are not sticking. I know it's gonna be nuts, you know. I know it's gonna be nuts, Blood. I know it's gonna be nuts. But one thing here, we keep it 1,000, Blood. Let's rock and roll, man. Let's go, man. Tom MacDonald. Let's go, my G. Let's go.
So, being as this is like a super edgy piece of content, I'm gonna play you guys the song right now. Everybody sort of knows what to expect. The first verse especially is pretty rocky, purposefully, to engage the people that are watching it.
Like red flag and thing, Blood. Like differently, Blood. Purposely rocky. And like, why does he need to do this, Blood? Like, I mean, just is a video. That video must be. Yeah, let's go. My God.
Verse onward, it smooths out quite a bit. So. That's pretty much it. How does it feel about it?
Get Rick Roll again, Blood. Okay, so I guess he's just gonna. It's a bit still. I guess he's gonna just chat about it. I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody okay? Yeah.
Definitely asking questions for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Feel free to ask.
Oh.
Why everyone looks so disturbed, Blood? Hey, yo.
I'm just gonna ask what makes you feel like you need to justify that you're not a racist?
I don't feel like I do, and I don't really feel like this song is I'm not racist, but it has been said so many times. I'm Canadian, okay, so the social climate in Canada in terms of race relations and that type of thing is completely different than it is here in America. And quite simply put, I wasn't prepared for how intense the racial shit is out here. Obviously, the roots in America run far deeper than they do in Canada. So it was pretty eye-opening to come out here, and especially under Donald Trump's administration and everything that perpetuates, it was.
It's facts in what he's talking there, Blood. It's different in Canada, Blood. You know what I mean? It's different in Canada, Blood. That race relations thing on the whole, the racial tension and all of that on the whole is much more calm. You get me? Be it subdued or not, I don't know, but it's much more calm. I know that for a fact. You get me? If you look at things like the rap battles and stuff they have, they could tell there's a difference. And fun fact, man, Quebec is said to be the second safest place on the planet, man. I think I told you guys that already. Random fact, but anyway, that's
pretty eye-opening for me to experience that. And because the last two songs I released were targeting the content of mumble rap, so over-sexualization of women, alcohol consumption, Xanax use, overspending, party culture, that type of thing. And because I targeted that content, I had a lot of people, my page went from 1,000 likes to almost 200,000 likes in the course of 3 months. So there's hundreds of thousands of comments on these videos, and a small portion of them, but enough for me to my phone blows up all day. And I look down at what people are saying on these videos, and a quarter of these hundreds of thousand comments are people saying yo, this guy's a fucking racist, he's targeting black rappers, he's a culture vulture, etc., which just comes with the territory. But it's we've never targeted black rappers. We didn't.
I was just about to say, as I said, you guys know 100,000 more things about Tom MacDonald than me, but I'm new to Tom. I'm just meeting the HOG gang. I didn't even know that was a thing, Blood. clearly it is, blood. We'll shot you out as well, man. But what I'm saying is this, from what I've heard, he's not targeting black rappers. From the tunes we've done, I think we've done 6 tunes now, or 5 tunes, whatever it is. He is not targeting black rap. He's targeting content. He's targeting thought processes and stuff. From what I've seen so far, blood. You get me? Keep it 1,000, blood. Don't get mad. It's just my opinion. So don't even, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying what I'm saying. Let's go.
Target any rappers of a particular color. We target rappers of a particular content. And there's white rappers, and there's Asian rappers, and there's all types of rappers that talk about that exact same shit. So this song was fueled by pretty much the reaction to my last 2 videos. And it has less to do with me feeling like I need to stand up and say, hey, I'm not racist, and more to do with me feeling like I need to respond to these people that have been saying wild shit on a public forum that is my page for the last 3 months.
Gotcha. So it's more of like a culture shock from you moving here and then these people assuming that you're racist.
Absolutely. And I mean, my neighbor, some of the stuff he listens to is like, it's straight up, it's anti-white. And it blares from his house all the time. And he talks to me, he's like, yo, you got a problem with this shit? And I'm like, nah, bro, it's music, like, it's all good.
His neighbor, he said, listens to anti-white music. Like, I'm thinking what that could be, because I know all types of music differently, blood. I can't even think of who that could be. Probably, I don't know, probably Dead Prez, probably. I don't know. Dead Prez fire though, but in that aspect, I can see what he's saying, if it's them, you know what I mean? Let's go.
So anyways, I had come over to the house, and I played him this song before I even decided to go through with the video or whatever. And is like very, very, very like pro-black, like very pro-black. And he straight up told me, he said, look, Tom, like, I understand that like you're a rapper and like, yeah, you're one of the good ones and you want to be down with like hip hop culture and da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, just because I live in America and I grew up here, and as my experiences as a black man in America, if I didn't know you and I saw you walking down the street and I'm hanging out with my black friends, I'm assuming you're racist before I even fucking talk to you, because his analogy was, if there's a barrel full of snakes and half of them are poisonous, I don't have the fucking time to stick my hand in and figure out which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't, because at the end of the day, they all fucking bite. That's what he...
Hang on. I know that.
Black man in America, if I didn't know you and I saw you walking down the street and I'm hanging out with my black friends, I'm assuming you're racist before I even fucking talk to you, because his analogy was, if there's a barrel full of snakes and half of them are poisonous, I don't have the fucking time to stick my hand in and figure out which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't, because at the end of the day, they all fucking bite. That's what he said to me.
That's, I'm gonna find it and show you guys. Pretty sure that's Muhammad Ali. Yeah, that's Muhammad Ali. That is Muhammad Ali. He was in an interview, blood. I can't remember the guy's name. It was this white guy, but the interview is very heavy. Heavy topics, blood. But I remember him saying something similar to, not similar to, is that he said, just worded a little differently, blood. But it was Muhammad Ali who said that. I remember that, man.
There are many white people who mean right and in heart want to do right, but there are so few. If 10,000 rattlesnakes was coming down that aisle now, and I had a door here I could shut, and in that 10,000, 1,000 meant right. 1,000 rattlesnakes didn't want to bite me. I knew they were good. Should I let all these rattlesnakes come down, hoping that 1,000 get together and form a Sheol? Or should I just close the door and stay safe?
Interesting.
And it's and he's my friend. But it's that mindset that a lot of people, and I'm not saying that he's wrong, but it's not something that I relate with, being from Canada.
Yo, if Tom in a real one, I don't know, blood. The man say, I'm not saying that is wrong, you know, so he can actually understand where the man's coming from, you know. He's just saying that that's not his scene, you know, blood. That's crazy. This guy's different, dog. I see why you guys love him so much, man. Hey, let's go.
And it's that mindset that a lot of people came to me on Facebook with in response to the mumble rap videos, and at the end of the day, like, that's what I was responding to with this record. You can only read these things on Facebook for so long until it does start touching you on some emotional level, and it does like start to anger you and stuff. So some of this is fueled from anger. I did my best to have it come from an angry place at times, but not a hateful place. But some of it was done intentionally so that people stop and say, well, that's bullshit. He shouldn't have fucking said that. Because the reason this is taking place in a classroom setting is because this is a learning environment and an environment that incites discussion. So like, I want some of those people to say, hey, this is bullshit, you shouldn't have said that. I need those people. that's what's going to spark the conversation. So
I definitely understand. Reason being, I just moved from Belize not too long ago, and race is not really like something we focus on. Like we know there's Chinese people, we know there's different types of people, but we don't really focus on black or white.
yeah,
So a couple months moving out here when I was going to community college, and there was something happening, but I can't remember what happened. But one of my friends at the time on the track here, he was like, "Oh, that happened because you're black." And I looked at him, I was like, "What does that mean?" Like I didn't understand what the joke, the context of the joke, so like I had to ask him. He explained it, and that's how I learned about race. So I definitely relate to what you're saying.
yeah. I mean, people aren't that. It's not such of a non-issue in Canada where it's at a point where people wouldn't understand something like that. Like it definitely does exist in Canada, but not to the degree of intensity that exists out here. So, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So I just wanted to. The reason I told everybody about it on the phone is just I didn't think it was fair to bring everybody here and then to play the song and expect everybody to just deal with it, which is why I sort of gave everybody a disclaimer on the phone, and that's why I wanted to play you guys the song
Disclaimer,
right now. So as long as everybody...
Disclaimer, this is gonna be crazy, you know that. Ah, here we go, it's gonna start now.
Cool. We'll get on with it.
You ready? I don't know if I'm ready. Let's go.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hit my face with a hood.
Okay. Let's go.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hit my face with a hood.
Okay, off the bat, he is saying directly that he is not directly involved with any of that blood. No supports it from how he's talking there. But that's what he's saying basically. Yeah, he understands. From that, I get this. He understands his ancestors did whatever, but he's saying he has never done anything. You have no reason to hate him. This is his perspective. Let's hear him out, blood. Perspective is important, people. Let's go.
That I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hit my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist, cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed cause of my pretty blue eyes.
Self-explanatory. Is insane his ancestors. I know they hate him for how he looks, blood. And he just mentioned his eyes as well. He's like a little cheeky at the end there, blood. Let's go. That's that, yo.
Cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed cause of my pretty blue eyes. A Nazi, white supremacist, anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil.
There's a few things there, but that last line, yeah, that's my face, blood. That's my face, blood. What did he just say? Okay, he said, go ahead and be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for his white genetics, I think he said there at the end. Something he said just before that was interesting as well. But as shock value as that is, and I remember in the interview just before he said certain things deliberately to get a response. Now, yes, it's important why someone says something, but you have to have an open mind. Especially, I realize, to be a Tom MacDonald listener, blood, you have to have an open mind in the beat, because you will take things face value. He said this, blah blah blah, and no one, well, not, I shouldn't say no one. A lot of people don't ask the important question. Okay, he said that the sky is black. The sky is black, but they don't ask why did he say that. And that's the important question that we tend to just ignore. Why did he say that? Let's put it back, because he said something about he said something just before that line there about being proud. 1 second.
Anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics.
Well, I like that. If anyone who labeled him as that, so he's letting you know one time, if you label him as that, he can give a shit look. He's gonna disrespect.
The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic.
Now, the hatred for Caucasians is so effing pathetic. Now, being a black man, I can't see fully where he will be coming from with that, because I know, being as a black man, the hatred that we could get, I guess an Asian, the Chinese man will know what they get, vice versa, you know what I mean? Different races and all of that. But I get what he's saying under certain aspects, B, because he can't say certain things that we can say, and there are even offensive things we can say that he can't say, vice versa. If you follow what I'm saying, you get me, blood. But I don't want to stray from the tune too much. Let's go.
Because of my pretty blue eyes, a Nazi, white supremacist. Anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi, cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race says.
What a ninja and an NJA, blood. You know I'm playing, blood. But I feel him. I feel what he's it's kind of like what I was just saying, right? You know what I mean? But,
go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi, cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole is the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively. White boy.
Perfect close to that. Perfect close. Perfect bar to close off that verse was. No lie. We're not that collectively. And I rate that, blood, because as you know, I told you 1,000 times if you've been following me and all that all the time, blood. I have friends and people I'm cool with from all races, bruv. You get me? I can tell you point blank. What you said there is a fact. I can tell that point blank was. You get me? Let's go, man.
Pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
So I have this Caucasian friend, and he was told this, man, in front of me, yo, a big fight nearly break out in her blood, because it was for petty reasons though, but I just hated the fact that it fell back on that race thing, you know what I mean? Because I usually move with lyricists a lot, man. I like people who do bars and all these things, bro, buying down and all of that. But he outbars Man Horse. He's fire, and that was the only comeback they could have come with, man. And I was just so disappointed, to be quite honest. But let's go.
Don't say that, white boy. Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy, dear white boy.
White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes.
If a black
Ooh, I love that. Now, firstly, I love the how he didn't he didn't go rock, but he went into a little rock feel there. I like that because it's white boys. It made sense in context. It sounded good as well because he kind of dropped the tone and the pitch, right? No, he raised the pitch, but he dropped the tone, right? However, I like his line where he said, "Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes." Again, what I was saying just earlier, blood. I can't say exactly how he would feel, blood, but he knows his struggles. Again, everyone has struggles. Every single person. In their own way, man. You know what I mean? Let's go.
White boy,
I like that.
oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes.
If a black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy.
We all bleed the same. Let's go.
Listen, Stephanie, not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps, he stole the culture right from the blacks. Okay, he's fire, but we lit the flame, he's siphoning gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah.
He is the professional contradiction shower, blood. If that's even a term. We just made up a term, blood. But you understand what I'm saying, blood? He is so good at showing why what you're doing, why what you say is not making sense. Why you're contradicting your own thing that you're trying to claim, blood. It's crazy how good he is at that, man. I swear, blood.
He's siphoning gas, so this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack.
That lie, the little whitey is. I could even respect someone who says that, man. Because to me, your IQ kind of low to even be talking like. Anyway, let's go, man. I swear.
You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah.
Fire.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
White boy, white
Well, like that.
say, I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes.
I got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you wanna hate the white people, just make the distinction.
Go ahead and hate the racist. The man saying, hey, go ahead, I support that. I pray for the extinction. So he's making it clear where he stands with this thing, you know, blood. He is not down with it. Bro, fire.
Kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you wanna hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless, and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop.
Make the distinction for those who build the system to smother you in hardship. He's not even denying that this thing exists, blood. How man could even be angry at him? I don't really understand it. I'm a little confused now, blood, because he's very clear, blood. He's very clear.
For their extinction. If you wanna hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless, and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop before you say it. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads. Sakes, acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer while I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given, or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White.
The man's real, though. The man, yo. Okay. Feeling that. Yo, let's go.
What God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given, or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the
Differently, this tune is not even a breakdown tune. I'm glad you guys let me check it out still, blood. What I'm saying is, I can speak a book on what he just spoke about there, blood. The Rothschilds, bro. All I can say is facts, blood. I don't want to be sticking because he's clear, blood. To me, if you don't understand what he's saying, firstly, I no disrespect, but firstly, maybe your first language is not English, so you don't understand in that aspect. Other than that, if you don't understand, I think it's because you actually don't want to understand, or you need to develop some more empathy and perspective viewing, blood. Because, I mean, he's clear as day, blood.
cards he was given, or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the people who monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoiled. Got no patience for Nazis, I think they're better off dead. They're fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people.
Don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. He's referring to cultural appropriation there, man. Let's go, man.
Better off dead. They're fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't because they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the
Hate the ones who believe you put yourself in the ghetto. Again, he's showing awareness, blood, and I rate him for that, blood. Because, blood, if you don't know, let me tell you something. For anyone who's in the ghetto, and this is not just black people, because it's all types, all races, all walks of life in the ghetto. Make no mistake, blood. And what I'm saying is, best believe there are people who believe that you put yourself there, blood. Do not get it twisted, blood. Yo, listen, man, it's fully aware, blood. Let's go, man.
So don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't cause they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the same and judge you profusely cause the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance.
Being white and being racist ain't the same, I promise. But it's hard to tell the difference, he said, if I'm being honest. A real one, blood.
Cause the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem. And you owe it to yourselves, we got so much in common.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
That's insane, blood. Wow. Tom MacDonald, blood. Hands down, blood. White boy. Listen, man, that was a fire track. Thanks for showing me that one, man. Deep. You keep it real, blood. Shout out the HOG gang, man. Listen, man, you can choose this video, you can choose those there, blood. We will be back shortly. Bro.